Kyle Richards and Erika Jayne had backup plan for RHOBH reunion. Kyle Richards and Erika Jayne cooked up an escape plan for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14 reunion, but they never used it. In Peacock's extended and unedited version of the first installment of the cast's annual sit-down with Andy Cohen, the longtime pals joked backstage about a plan to fake an emergency to get out of filming. The plan was a reference to last season's production pause when one cast member was taken away early in an ambulance. Ahead of filming for the Season 14 reunion, Richards expressed worry over facing some of her castmates. She asked Erika, "What do we have to do to get out of today?" Erika came up with the idea to fake an emergency. "Do you want to faint on the couch and I'll go with you to the hospital like last time?" the Pretty Mess singer asked. "That's such a good idea," Richards replied. "Can you imagine if that happened?" Richards has a long acting resume that started in the 1970s when she was a child actor in TV shows and films, such as the horror movie Halloween, so she'd have no problem pulling off a fake out. But Erika noted that she had some experience in faking a medical situation as well. "I died once on Law and Order. I was 18 years old," she told Richards. "I'm really good at convulsing or something, so maybe I could say, I have to go, and I can't have anyone but Kyle." Erika appeared in 2 episodes of Law and Order in the early 1990s, playing Susan Morton and Pruding's girlfriend, per IMDb. She also has several other TV acting credits that date back way before she became a Broadway star. The joke about leaving due to an emergency came a year after co-star Sutton Stracke really did suffer a medical emergency and exited the reunion with pal Barcel Bovaz by her side. During the third and final part of the Season 13 reunion, Stracke began to feel ill and started shaking. A panicked Cohen called for help, and Stracke's vitals were taken by a paramedic. Stracke was taken by ambulance, and her close friend Bovaz left the reunion to be with her. At the end of the reunion episode, fans were informed that Stracke was back home and making a full recovery after a trip to the ER. Stracke later told Page Six she broke down from severe exhaustion and dehydration, complicated by a bout of bronchitis. "I was really down for about 10 days, the RHOBH star told the outlet in 2024. "I had to shut my life down, which is very difficult for me, and it took about 6 weeks for me to feel 100% again." The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion had all the makings of a Bravo blockbuster: tears, tantrums, tea, and, as it turns out, a secret backup plan between none other than Kyle Richards and Erika Jayne. While fans were glued to their screens watching the chaos unfold, what they didn't see was the calculated chess game happening behind the scenes, complete with whispered phone calls, pre-rehearsed comebacks, and a friendship pact forged in designer fire and tequila. Let's rewind. Going into the reunion, Kyle Richards was feeling the heat. Her marriage to Mauricio Umansky had become tabloid fodder, her friendships were splintering, and she had been walking a tightrope between loyalty and liberation. Meanwhile, Erika Jayne, ever the glamazon with a Rolodex of legal headaches, was riding a new wave of confidence after her Vegas residency got rave reviews. She wasn't about to let a reunion turn into a roast unless she was the one holding the mic. Insiders say it was during a private dinner at Craig's, yes, that Craig's, where the duo hatched their reunion reset strategy. A little lobster pasta, a lot of Casamigos, and suddenly, 2 of Beverly Hills' most controversial ladies were plotting how to flip the narrative and come out on top. They weren't sure who was going to come for who, whispered a production source. But they knew someone would. That's when Erika pulled out what she called her insurance policy: a mental checklist of every skeleton in every housewife's walk-in closet. Erika's plan? To turn any attack into an opportunity. If Dorit came for Kyle's emotional distance, Erika would bring up Dorit's recent disappearing act from group events, and her alleged off-camera meltdown in Monaco. If Sutton dared to question Erika's morality again, Kyle would pivot and question Sutton's cryptic relationship timeline with that mysterious silver-haired millionaire. And if Barcel brought the heat on accountability, Erika would hit back with archived text messages and a thinly veiled threat about Bravo receipts that never lie. And as for Crystal, let's just say Kyle had a few flashbacks of mean girl behavior saved in her phone, the insider added, in 4K. The duo even reportedly held mock rehearsals in Erika's glam room, where a stylist played Andy Cohen and a glam squad assistant read lines for Garcelle. They practiced not only their answers, but how to say them, down to the eyebrow raise, lip purse, and dramatic sigh. Kyle practiced a teary but resolute, I had to choose myself monologue. Erika, she rehearsed a smirk and a devastating, you want to talk facts or feelings, darling, retort. But the real piece de resistance, a secret signal. Yes, you read that right. According to behind-the-scenes whispers, Kyle and Erika created a non-verbal cue system. A light touch on the earring, a tilt of the head, to let each other know when to jump in, when to deflect, or when to launch an offensive. It was their version of tag team wrestling in diamonds and Louboutins. And their outfits, coordinated in theme, if not color. Erika showed up in a metallic power suit that screamed boss energy, while Kyle channeled vintage Beverly Hills royalty in a plunging velvet gown. But don't be fooled. Both were ready for war underneath those sequins. So when the reunion taping began, the rest of the cast didn't know what hit them. Garcelle raised her brows the moment Erika deflected a tough question about her legal drama by pivoting to Dorit's missing millions lawsuit. Kyle quickly followed up with a vague, but loaded, we all have things we'd rather the press not know, don't we? Sending Dorit into a flustered defense about false narratives. Even Andy seemed caught off guard when Erika, usually the icy queen of one-liners, began backing Kyle up on her journey of self-discovery, calling her brave, and the only one on this couch who's being honest. Gasps. Clutches of pearls. A sip of wine that wasn't offered. The room got silent, until Crystal muttered, since when did you two become besties? Let's just say that didn't go well. While some castmates were busy side-eyeing, Kyle and Erika were on a mission. They steered conversations, supported each other's narratives, and tag-teamed any line of questioning that threatened to veer into exposed territory. Even when Andy tried to corner Erika about her earlier don't-care attitude, she pivoted like a pro. I care where it counts. With people who show up for me, like Kyle. Boom. To the audience, it may have looked like a rare moment of unity. To those in the know, it was a strategic masterstroke. Kyle and Erika didn't just survive the reunion, they rewrote the script. And in a final twist, as the ladies were preparing to leave, a hot mic caught Erika whispering to Kyle, checkmate, baby. Kyle's reply? A quiet chuckle and a smug, told you our plan would work. Now, weeks after the reunion aired, fan theories are swirling. Was the whole thing pre-planned? Did they coach each other through emotional landmines to keep Bravo fans on their side? And most importantly, what else did they not reveal? Sources say the duo isn't done. There's talk of a new podcast, a possible tequila line collab, Kyle's mezcal meets Erika's showgirl sass, and maybe even an off-camera tell-all deal in the works. Bravo might own the footage, but Kyle and Erika are making sure they own the narrative. And if season 14 delivers the rumored casting shakeups and dramatic returns, you can bet these two will be ready, with fresh glam, sharper comebacks, and maybe even another backup plan. After all, in Beverly Hills, the diamonds are forever, and so are the alliances you never saw coming.